One. Bing, 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 bing. And we are live, despite whatever Google Hangouts say about it. I am your host, Sam Joseph. This is the Kent Beck Scrum. We have Michael and Ed and myself. And Ed and I guess I have no way of distinguishing the Michael with the sunglasses on. It's your first hangout. We just go around, we sort of talk about what projects we're working on, anything that's blocking us, and we try and sort of keep it short and sweet, and then there's more time for chat at the end. I guess I'll just go first and say, so today, what has happened today? Managed to merge in the new Docker feature from John and Nick on the local support project. That's kind of exciting. That's all working. Lovely. This afternoon, what we're just doing, the new Hangout connection pull request from Joao, and turns out that doesn't work as expected, which is a little bit frustrating. There's kind of basically the Hangout API doesn't do what it's supposed to do quite, and we were talking about are there alternatives to Hangouts that we might use, like Zoom, and would they have a more stable API, and so on. But that's about the size of it. Oh, also async voter, there was a lot of activity over the weekend on that, and that's our new Node project, and that seems to be quite active, and that's great. That's me. Let's go on to Michael, who doesn't have the shades on. How are things going with you, Michael?
So we, Sasha and I worked on a pull request today.
For website one.
Our URL for Craft Academy. So that's up.
Great.
We're looking at this ticket that I posted a link to. That's basically saying that the test step definition is lying about what it's doing, testing what it's supposed to. So we were looking at that, but we kind of ran out of time.
Okay. And
posted a link to the ticket in website one Slack.
Cool. And has Sasha gone off now? Is that him for the day?
Yeah, he's gone off to exercise.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right.
Wondering whether that ticket is still relevant or
okay. I will have a look at that and update it on the ticket. Good show. All right. Thank you, Michael.
And I gave feedback to Joao on his pull request for AgileBot.
Excellent. That's good show. Great. Thank you, Michael. Michael with the glasses, or shades, I should say. How are you doing today?
Hi. So I'm fine today. So and I'm from Europe indeed, and so in front of our window it's quite evening. So it's my first time here, and I try to figure out what is this pair thing is about.
Sure. And
what we're working on, and I like also to get more other pair programmers. So hi.
Great. Well, wonderful to have you with us, Michael. I just ask now, have you done perhaps the edX course, Agile Development Using Ruby on Rails, or you're just you kind of saw the meetup group and joined, or what's your background in programming?
Oh, my background in programming is I think since 20 years in IT. So I'm a quite early adopter of Kent Beck's extreme programming. So even before there was Agile Manifesto. Yeah, I liked it. And in meantime, I founded a company, and I'm the chief of this company, and we are doing a lot of outdoor stuff. So yeah.
Cool. And are you familiar with what programming stack do you usually work in? Ruby on Rails, Node?
Programming stack is mostly Java, Clojure, things like this.
Oh, cool.
Some small part in Puppet, Ruby, and things like this is also added. And since newest, I'm just trying out to some Go steps.
Cool. Yes, we had a Go project back in the day. Other Michael, you were going to say something?
So how did you find us?
I found your meetup invitation, and I thought it may be a funny idea to join.
Yeah, Sounds fantastic. Well, that's wonderful. I have a friend actually who wrote a book on Clojure. Plenty more to talk about. I guess we'll just keep on going around there and go into Ed as well. Ed, you just signed up for the premium package. Thanks so much for that. How are things going with you today?
Well, I'm fine. Thanks. Nice to meet you. I saw you on our remote conf.
The Rails remote conf, yes.
Yeah. So I think that's really interesting to learn at the same time we contribute to charity and no. And I just started. I would like to read more the website and watch the video regarding the overview of the project.
Sure.
So I should try this week to set up my environment, probably with Docker, and after that I will try to start in any user story.
Yep, great stuff.
That's
yes, excellent. So, and Ed there, he's we're talking about getting him involved in the local support project, which is one of our main and in fact our oldest project, which is about a directory of non-profits in the London area. Yes, indeed. And Troy has just jumped in and out. Troy, how are you doing today? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Just some technical difficulties.
No problem at all. We know all about technical difficulties here. Yes. Any updates for how things going with you?
Oh, not bad. Just keep plugging away.
All right. Yeah. So you're doing the agile development using Ruby on Rails course, which is so we have actually well, Michael and myself, we're old hands from Agile Ventures. Troy's doing the this is the edX Agile development using Ruby on Rails course. A lot of the alumni from that course originally got together and created the Agile Ventures. We've recently linked up the scrums that we have daily to the meetup thing, and that's how Michael with Shades on, and Michael Ferger I think has joined us. And I was talking at Rails Remote Conference on learning through pull requests last week, and that's how Ed Milson found us. So here we all are. We've kind of done our scrum and check in. We've got a few minutes at the top of the hour. We'll just check if there's anybody who wants to do any pairing. I guess particularly because we've got a couple of new folks. Yeah, Michael, you may know less about what we're doing here in Agile Ventures, but it basically is, we have a number of open source charity projects with, in many cases, real charity customers, and they're using the real system. So it's, we're trying to do good in the world, and we're trying to have fun and learn more about, Agile development by collaborating, often through remote pair programming on these projects. And mainly they've been Rails projects, but we've got a couple of Node projects now, and yeah, we want to expand. There's a lot of talk of Elixir and Phoenix recently, and so on and so forth. But yeah, in particular to Michael with the Shades, any questions? Anything else we can say about Agile Ventures to understand what's going on here, or is it all making sense?
As I'm reading, I found it quite interesting, because I'm also engaged in open source and also engaged in non-profit. So I'm a technical lead of well, that's hard to translate. So we have some increasing democracy project.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
So it's about building up opinions and enforce the discussion between political leaders and the people themselves.
Right. Oh, I know exactly what you mean. We did have a project at one point. A group of students from Makers Academy were working on a project with a client. This was, I think, before the referendum in the UK? It was to kind of connect people with Twitter, and to encourage them to be asking their representatives questions through Twitter and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think those are really interesting projects, to promote civic engagement. Yeah, great stuff.
That's something similar, I think. So we are also connected to science community, social science community, and yeah, quite interesting.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. Well, I guess the question now might be: is anybody free to pair now, or do we all have to go our separate ways?
Yeah, I'm free to pair. I have now development environment, but I think it would be useful to ask many questions and join someone doing real work.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. Other Michael, might you be free to do some pairing with the Michael with Shades?
Maybe for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, but I would say to Michael with shades, other Michael who doesn't have the shades on, who may have shades, I'm not sure, is one of our oldest members and one of our most experienced, and so he can definitely answer some questions. He's based in the US. I'm based in London. Everybody's all over the world, so you never know. We have little pieces of fragments at a time. I'll just check in with Troy. Ed, are you free to pair now, or are you got to get off somewhere?
No, unfortunately, I can't today. I'm doing a little work, and I would like to try by myself, and maybe tomorrow or another day
sounds great.
I pair.
No problem at all. Troy?
Yeah, I'm at work, so it's not the sort of thing I'd be doing right now. It's something I do when I get home in the evening. So
no worries at all. Okay, and well, basically, so the thing is, we, as many of you know, so we have these hangouts. There's another one that happens a bit later. That's the Pacific Scrum. There's a different group running that. Basically, there are ongoing, catch-up points. But to any time in the week, we've got some new ones starting at the weekend. Just jump in. What I also say is, particularly to Ed, also to Troy, if you're based at work, if you are interested in getting involved in projects, we have this now asynchronous voting activity that we do in the projects. So if you're in the Slack environment, and if you've joined Throughout Adventures, you've been invited to the Slack and so on. But what we're doing is we're kind of doing planning poker. I'll just share my screen here briefly and jump into there. But so the Async Voter is a new project that's just started, which is actually all about automating the process of voting on stories. And so you can see me here acting as a little bot and collecting votes from people and then reposting them into the channel to support a sort of a discussion on what's going on there. And I basically, every day I'm starting new little asynchronous votes there on the different projects. So, and we try and encourage people to get, it's a nice lightweight, but even if you're just reading these, it's great to see the kind of stories that are being voted on to get a feel for the project. And when you're feeling confident enough, get involved in voting on the difficulty of those stories. And it's a great lightweight way in that we're hoping to move towards automating, because it's taking up most of my day at the moment to manage all these votes. So there, I think we've hit the top of the hour. Unless there's any other burning issues, I guess the broadcast is kind of ongoing now with this Google Hangouts. I can't actually switch the broadcast off, so it's going to carry on running. I'm going to have to step away for a second. Feel free to carry on chatting here, and maybe Michael, you might want to start a new Hangout, or you can use this one. But great to see you all, particularly Ed and Michael for the first time. Great to see you back, Troy. Otherwise, same time again tomorrow, or at one of the other scrums.
Okay, great.
Great, thanks a lot.
I will send you my Slack account, Michael, and then we can start a new Hangout, I think, right?
We can, yeah.
So I try to find it out. So my Slack channel is called, I read it in chat.
Okay, you're at your...
So maybe you're able to start up a new Hangout, then I will join.
All right. Thanks. Bye.